Hello everyone, welcome to this 8th video of the series on Google Sheets. So in this video, we will see how we can use the combination of index and match formulas as a substitute to VLOOKUP or XLOOKUP formula in Google Sheets. So I've just added a few rows from the COVID data here, which we have been using in this video series, and then we will use these two functions first individually, and then we'll see how the combination works. But before doing that, let's look at the documentation for index function. So as you can see here, it has three arguments. The first one is the reference range of cells for you in which you want to look at, and the second argument is the row number. You want to look at which row number in that particular range, and the third argument is the column number, which column number in that particular range. So in this data set here, if you see, this formula is applied. So we are looking at this table from A2 to J11, and then we are looking at fifth row and fifth column. So I'll just highlight the fifth row and fifth column here. So this is the first row, second, third, fourth, fifth. This is the fifth row. And this is the first column, second column, third column, fourth column, and fifth column. Okay, so I'll just highlight the fifth column as well. And the intersection of these two is this. And this value is the output here. So you see, this is the table, fifth row, which is highlighted, and fifth column. The intersection of these two gives you a particular cell, and index will fetch the value from that particular cell. Okay. Now again, this you can see here again the formula I have just mentioned here in this cell as well, L3. So here, if you see, again this formula is applied. So I'll just remove 136 and mention 11. So in this, again in this range, in this table, we are looking at fifth row. Fifth row remains the same, what is already highlighted here, but the eighth column. So eighth column would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And here the intersection point would be this IN. So the value here is IN. So you can understand that index function actually gives you a particular cell from the table, and that you can get by specifying the range of values in which you want to look for a particular row or a particular column, and then the row number and the column number. Okay. Now let's look at match function. How the match function works. So before using this, let's look at the documentation. So the match function works this way. You mention the search key, any particular thing that you want to look for in a particular range, and then there is a search type. So search type, as a replacement to VLOOKUP, you'd mostly be using exact match, so it would be mostly 0. But these two parameters are like what do you want to search and where do you want to search. Then output here is the relative position of, okay, so it will give you the relative position. So let's look at its application here in this data set. So here it is used like this. So I'm looking for India in column B. Okay. So in column B, I'm looking for India and I'm looking for exact match as well. So the first match happens in row 2 only. So here I get this 2 as an answer. Okay. Now let's use this function again. So I want to see a match of say 24, and I want to see where it is present in this column G. Okay, and I want to look for an exact match. So you see the answer here, or the output here is 5, and it starts from here, which is first row, second row, third row, fourth row, and fifth row. Because I have selected the whole column and it includes the header as well, the header becomes the first row, and starting from there, if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, this is the value which we are looking, and it is present in the fifth row. So this is what we are getting here. So how can we use this combination as a substitute of VLOOKUP? So in this function, in this index function, okay, we get the value and we specify the row and the column, and the row we can get using match function. So a combination would be like this: index, range in which you want to look for, then match, the value you want to look for in the range or in a particular column here, column, and then 0 for exact match, and then the column reference. So with this kind of structure, we would be able to use this combination as a substitute of VLOOKUP. Okay, so we will look in a particular range, in a particular table, and to get the row we'll use the match function, and the column reference we can add it just by counting. So let's see. So this kind of setup we have already used while discussing VLOOKUP function. So here we have a table where we have countries, and for those countries some quantity which is sold is mentioned here in the other column, quantity QTY, and we want to get product information from these countries, and that product information is available in the table here. Okay, so here actually each country is just selling one product only. To get that product information, we have used VLOOKUP earlier, but here we will be using index match. So first look at the formula here. So we'll start with index, then we are mentioning the range in which or from which we have to pick the values. So it's starting U7 from here to V12, and it is frozen because again we are using it in a formula and we have to drag it. Then we want to look for this particular cell. We want to match Brazil in this column or again in this range U7 to U12. Okay, and we want to look for exact match. So 0 is added here, and from the output of this would be obviously from here, if you count 1, 2, 3. So index will get 3 as the row number and 2 as the column number. So 3 row would be this and 2 column would be this. So index will pick this value D and it will add it here. So the result would be D. Similarly, let's write the formula here. We can just drag it down. Okay. But if you want to write it again, let's do it again. So index, range in which you want to look at. So this is the range. You can select the range without the column header as well. Okay. And I've just frozen it. Then I want to look for this value in the match function. Okay. I'll just freeze the column here, dollar $L line. And I want to look for this value in this particular range, in this particular column. Again F4, an exact match. And I want to pull values from second column of the first range, which I selected in index function. So from here, I don't want to pull the country name. I want to pull the product name. So it would be a second column. If I enter, I get this value A. So for Brazil, it is product D. For India, it is product A. And if I drag it down, for UK, it is product E. For US, it is F. For Mexico, it is H. And for China, because I don't have any product here, I'm getting NA. Okay. Similarly, you can add price from this table here. The same way, we are looking for values in R7 to S10. Want to match this Brazil in this particular column, exact match, why it is 0, and then which column or which column reference I want to look at in this particular table. So it is 2. So this way, I hope it is clear now how we can use a combination of index match function as a substitute to VLOOKUP. So the next thing that I'll quickly touch upon in this video are a few useful text functions. So if you look at my screen here, there are some students' name in this particular column. So Amit underscore Kumar, Rajesh underscore Kumar, like that. Okay. Few of the functions, and those functions are actually, those names are just mentioned at the top, and we'll see how the results look like. So maybe I can add another name here, James, and we can just write those functions in this column to again observe the results. So I can add one more, maybe Singham. Let's see what the first function is. So this is length. So it gives you the length of the text values. So it will just count this and gives you the total length. So for Amit underscore Kumar, it is 10 because it is considering underscore as well as one of the characters. For Rajesh Kumar, it is 12. For Chaman, it is 6. You can see. So I can just mention the function here, len games. It gives me the value 5. And then uh, suggesting autofill. So for David underscore Singham, it is 13. So many a times you want to check if if a particular column has the length within a specified limit. For example, if you have some mobile numbers in your data set, then it should be within a particular range of length only. So those mobile numbers cannot be 5 digit, or it cannot be 15 digits. So mostly it's 10 digits. If you have some country codes etc, then it can be 12, 13, 14 digits as well, with plus sign. So I'm just giving you one example, but yeah, there are many other cases as well where you can, this len function will be very useful. The next one is find. So here the value that we want to find is the first argument, and where we want to find is the second argument. So here, because I'm looking for here underscore if it is present in this particular cell or not. So I'll just add the formula here as well. So find underscore. So there is no underscore here, so it's giving a value error. But yeah, it is present. So it's giving 6. And what is 6? It is the position from left. So underscore is available at the sixth position in this text, David Singh underscore Singham. So D A P I D, and this is underscore. This is where I get underscore. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I'm getting this 6 as the answer here, or the output here. Now there is a function split. So it will split the text on a particular value that you specify as the second argument. So here it is splitting the text on underscore. Okay. And it can be different in different cases. For example, if you have dates, then those can be mentioned by adding slash. So there you, if you want to pull maybe day or month or year, you can use split to get those values directly. So here, when I'm using split, it is giving me two values, Amit and Kumar, in different columns. Okay, so let's use this split James underscore. There is no underscore here, so it's just giving me one value James. But if I drag this formula down, I'll get David and Singham both. Now again, there is a important function, another important function, that is concat. Many a times you want to combine two cells to get a uh, combined value. So it can be done by specifying some character in between, or you just want to concat. So here I'm concating these two values present in D and E. So I'm getting Amit Kumar here, Rajesh Kumar, Suresh Kumar, but because there is nothing here in E, I'm getting just Chaman here. So I'll just add this concat function here. This, yeah, for David Singham, you are getting David Singham here, the David and Singham. Now you can also concat using this symbol. So you just take these text fields, and you can add something in between as well. You can concat many cells using this symbol. So here again I'll be using the same, this symbol, and again this cell. So output here is James underscore, and here it is David underscore Singham. Now we have seen the split function here, and it splits and gives multiple values. But what if you just want to pick the first value from here? Okay. So for that, we can use a combination of index and a split. So index function we have just seen. Okay. So here we'll use the index function to get the required value. So I'm just pulling whatever is present in the first row in this split, and by default it will give me the value present in the first column only. Okay, so the output here is by default this of split, but I want to look for values in the first row and the first column only, so it's giving me Amit here. So similarly I can write the formula here. So index split this underscore and give me the first value. And this I found it to be very useful when I'm splitting and it generates multiple columns, but I'm only interested in getting the values from the first column. So I use index on top of split function. Then we have a substitute formula. So with substitute formula, we can substitute a particular value in a cell with some other values. So here you can see this Amit Kumar and Amit underscore Kumar has underscore, and with this substitute formula, I am substituting underscore with at the rate symbol. So it will be written like this: substitute. Okay. Then I'll select the cell. And then I'll select what is the character I want to substitute. So I want to substitute underscore, and I want to substitute it with at the rate. So here, because there is no underscore, it's James only, but here it changes to David underscore Singham. And these are again very useful functions, left and right, using which you can extract a few characters from the left and a few characters from the right. So it just has two arguments, which cell and how many characters. So if I want to extract two characters from this cell A10, I'll select A10 and then I'll mention 2. And similarly, for A11 also, it's extracting the first two character DA. Similarly, you can use write function or write formula. Write again two characters. Sorry. Write two characters are ES and here it is AM. The last one is left find. So if you have to find something and then you have to extract everything on the left of that. So here I want to extract whatever is present on the left of underscore. So I can do it using split as well and taking the first one or the second one if I want to find something on the or get values from the right. But here it is done using a combination of left and find. So find will give me the position, and with left I can extract those many characters from the cell. Okay, So here, if I write left from here, how many character I don't know, but I want to extract everything before underscore. So first I'll find underscore here, then I'll extract one character less than. So here I'm getting David. If I move it one cell above, same formula, I'm getting a value in that because I don't find anything when I'm looking for underscore in that particular cell. Okay. So I hope uh, with this video you'd be comfortable in using a few text functions and the index match combination in Google Sheets. In the next video, I'll discuss something more on Google Sheets, and do share the video, do subscribe my channel if you find this video useful. Thank you. See you in the next video.